said, it does what it says. It's glowy. So if that's what you're after, that could be good. Hi everyone, in today's video, I'm going to be asking, is this going to be your next favourite foundation? I'm Amelia and I love all things beauty, so please join me and let's get the fun started. Terracotta Le Teint Glow Foundation. Retails at £50 and here are the claims which I've got in front of me. It's no transfer, its star ingredients are neroli water and argan oil, and they claim that 95% of the ingredients are naturally derived. It gives us 24 hours of radiance and 48 hours of hydration, and on repeated application day after day, the formula means that the skin looks healthier and plumper. Now, these claims are a combination of results from clinical tests and self-assessment of 42 women. Now, that's pretty much the number of women in a nursery nativity play. Now, whether that counts as, actual data, I don't know. Time will tell. What I will say is I'm a real fan of the Guerlain Le Teint Foundation Original, which is basically a luminous matte. This one is glow, and I'm particularly interested because the other foundation is really my holy grail. The only time that I would like something that was a bit more glowy is in the summer when it feels a little bit too matte, but I love it so much I've muddled through. But this is of interest to me, so let's see. There are 31 shades and the undertones are cool, neutral and warm. I'm 3.5 W for warm, which is what I am in the old foundation. They're pretty clear on the website that you just match the same shade if you've used the one before, and that's what I've gone ahead and done. The bottle is beautiful. Just to compare it, the other foundation, which is the Luminous Matte, comes in a sort of a frosted bottle, and this one comes in a sort of a clear bottle to indicate the glow. It's got a lovely hologram and it's a pump. Let's see what the viscosity is like, because that does matter as to how spreadable it is. One of the things I love about the Luminous Matte version is I can get it really super thin. So let's see if it runs down the hand. Yes, it does. That's a really good sign. Now, all I've got on at the moment is my normal skincare, and I'm using the BKB 101. It's got the same fragrance as the other one, so there is fragrance. It's not fragrance free. I have to say, I don't find it a really intrusive fragrance, but it's so personal. If you don't like fragrance, it's got fragrance in, so this isn't for you. Oh, it is glowy. Okay, so it's very different to the other one. But it's also spreading, which I like. So I used one pump and I've still got quite a lot left on my hand. Let's see. I don't like to use powder, but I don't mind for a glowy foundation having to powder my nose and T-zone very lightly. I don't really want to be sort of having a glowy foundation and then having to powder a lot. To me, it defeats the purpose. But it's certainly thin and it is the same shade. Is it an over-the-top glow? I don't think it is. If it does what it says on the tin, then we should be happy, because then you can make a choice. But it is definitely different, sufficiently different to the other one, and no way would I call this a matte foundation. Probably got a bit left. I've got another sort of swirl on my brush left on the back of my hand from one pump. I'll try another pump and we can see if it's buildable. To be fair, it doesn't say it's blurring, but let me just see what it's done to the texture. I've got a bit of texture sort of here, and I've got open pores on my forehead. I mean, it probably hasn't covered those up, but I'm sort of not too worried about that, because if it's giving me glow, then I can deal with that with a little bit of the pressed powder if need be. Let's try another. I'll try a little bit more, because it may well be that you would prefer to have something that's got a little bit more coverage, even though I prefer something very thin. I can see that there's more on there, but it's still got the glow. But truthfully, I would not say this is particularly a covering foundation. It's still for somebody who wants something that's light to medium. This is now medium coverage. it's still got that light touch from a coverage point of view. I have to say though, I like it, and I would say for the summer when I want something a bit more glowy, that will probably do the job. The other thing that I really like, and this is just a personal thing, this particular colour is dead on right for me. And I always seem to struggle with foundation colours more than other people. I do think it feels like it just feels a bit harder. So I've got respect for them if they've got this, if my shade is sort of completely manageable with just one bottle without having to blend it out. It's got a hydrating feel, that's what I would say. It does feel like I've got some skincare on there, and that's actually one of the claims that they make, that it's kind of skincare meets foundation. If I look at the difference that they sort of highlight between the previous one, which is the Luminous Matte, and this one, which is the Teint Glow, that's what they say, that it's basically skincare meets foundation, as opposed to powder meets foundation, which is the other one. That's the finished look with, I would say realistically it's kind of 1.5 pumps, but then I've also got quite a small face. It's definitely got glow, I would say. You can see that on my forehead and actually on my cheeks as well. It's definitely glowy. I would definitely put some powder on my nose. I mean, I would definitely do that, but I do like it. As I said, it does what it says. It's glowy. So if that's what you're after, that could be good. If you've got an oilier skin, I'm not entirely sure this would be great for you. I mean, you might not want a glowy foundation anyway, just because it feels hydrating and it has got that lovely sort of moisturizing quality to it, which I like because I've got very dry skin. It may not be for you if you're oily, but I do like this. Now I'm glad I've got it. Sometimes, you know, I get a foundation, I try it and I like it and think, oh, am I really going to reach for it? The colour alone is going to be a good thing, you know, a plus for me. But it feels lovely. So there we have it. The other thing I should say, and the other one, the first one is a real testament to this. When they say no transfer, I have lots of confidence that this is going to be no transfer, because the other one, on white shirts, you get nothing. Now's a good time to see whether this is truly no transfer. I've got a trusty tissue here. I went off and got a glass of water because I was getting husky, so I think I've given it a few minutes just to kind of settle. Let's see, Kleenex here. I'll do one side, and I think we got a little bit up there. I'll do the other side, and the other side's got nothing. So that's pretty good, and it's probably got a little bit more, it's got a little bit way to go to sort of settle a little bit. I know with the other one that I use, it takes about 5 or sort of 7 minutes, and then it's good to go. Now by doing that, of course, I've made it a bit less glowy because I've kind of mattified it a little bit. Not necessarily my preference, but it was important to do the proper wear test. So there we have it. Guerlain Terracotta le Teint Glow. Let's see. I'm going to report back and see how it wears. I am hopeful, but even so, hope's not the real thing. And I will let you know, and I will report back. And I'll certainly report back at the end of the month when I do my sort of monthly roundup and see whether I have reached for this at least as much as its matte brother, or sister rather. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Do subscribe and see you soon. Thanks, bye.